Hello there, and welcome back to Novice Modelling and the Midlife Crisis. My name's Andy, and as you can see, we're at the next stage of our triple spraying session for our Mark 22 Spitfires. I've masked them off. It's kind of the first time I've actually done this, so you'll have to excuse the amount of masking tape that I seem to have got all over the place. Just to remind you, we've got a Testors 1978 Mark 22. We have a Hawk 1967 Mark 22. And we have our Ventura 1995 Mark II. Now, as you can see, these are actually masked off with the reverse of the camo pattern, I suppose. Now, I've actually read about this, and this is actually how the RAF used to camo planes up. So what they do is they cut one section out of the camo pattern, and then they'd use the surplus to do the other one. So it might look a little bit odd, but I'm pretty sure this is actually kind of how it was actually done. Now, I'm actually trying to base this camo pattern on the Ventura Spitfire Mark 22, as the guy who makes these made these aircraft, Malcolm, his name escapes me, I can't remember his name now, but he's got quite a high reputation in New Zealand for aircraft markings and such. So as we can see, I've done my best to replicate the wing design, at least. Unfortunately, when we went on to the side of the fuselage, everything went a little bit Pete-tong, and we pretty much decided just to do our own thing. But, you know, we live and we learn. So anyway, first one we're going to have a go at is the Testors 1978 Mark II. And I'm painting them up with Tamiya Dark Green 2 RAF XF81. Again, I've mixed it down with some Tamiya thinners down to around about 50-50. So I'm going to put my my face mask on, and we're going to crank our noisy airbrush up, and we're going to see how we get going. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of green out. Seems to be coming out okay. So here we go. Wish me luck. It seems to be going on quite nice. Does seem to be a bit thinner than the grey was when I put the grey on. So there's a lesson for next time. I'm not expecting these to actually come out that well. I mean, after all, this particular aircraft took me 1 minute and 36 seconds to build, so if it comes out looking half decent, I'll be pretty happy. And that'll do for our first coat. Second victim, the 1967 Hawk. I mean, I find this aircraft quite fascinating because obviously it's been knocking around for 50 odd years. It's found its way into the hands of a novice modeller who quite happily describes himself as a muppet who builds models badly. Poor little thing. It seems to be going on quite nice. go. There's our second one done. Now we're going to move on to our 1995 Ventura. Incidentally, I did obviously mask the bottoms up, and as you can see, after spending a hell of a lot of time taping them up, I've got no actual paint on the bottom. So there's another lesson maybe. Actually looking quite olive green, this paint today. Go. So that's all done. 2 planes in 6 minutes and 58 seconds. I'm sure I'm supposed to take a lot more time on these things, but like I say, I am just learning the craft at the moment. It does look quite thin, that paint, so I'm a little bit concerned. Yeah, so I'm going to finish off my Commando comic moving targets, and I'll come back in half an hour and see how we're getting on. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Be seeing you.